Good morning, ITR. Today is 10th September, Thursday. I'm Madhusmita sharing you today's news headlines. Massive Chinese build-up on north bank of Pangong Lake. SII pulled up for not pausing vaccine trial. Daily COVID-19 cases hit new high in capital, New Delhi. High Court stops demolition of house Kangana lands in Mumbai. 17 policemen die of COVID, no relief to kin yet. Delhi government had announced Rs 1 crore ex gratia to family of those who succumbed to virus. GMK opts out, RJD likely to contest RS poll. Bars in the capital cheer again. Delhi High Court grants protection to Alt News co-founder. 14 children rescued from traffickers. Delhi riots. High Court to hear Tahir Hussein's plea challenging ED custody today. 53,400 travellers avail services on day 3 of metro resumption. CM holds review meeting to assess COVID-19 situation. Prescription not required for testing, government order. Residents protest against slum demolition order. Delhi cab driver murder case transferred. RJD protests against unemployment with candles. Ten-day Janata curfew in Sangli, Kolhapur districts from Friday. Kolhapur seeing average daily rise of 800 COVID-19 cases, surge of 550 cases in Sangli. Jewelry firm dupes bank of Rs 174 crore. Coming to the editorials. Digital disconnect. Poor access to the internet in many states must be bridged urgently to help e-learners. The full report of the NSO survey of household social consumption on education in India for July 2017 June 2018 highlights the poor state of computer and internet access in several states. The disparities are glaring among different economic strata as well. The digital chasm that separates the privileged from the deprived remains unbridged years after the broadband policy of 2004, and its effects are painfully evident during the pandemic as students struggle to log on to online classes. While some poorly connected states may have improved since the survey period, the gaps are so stark that any development could only be modest. Only in Delhi, Himachal Pradesh, Kerala did the survey find internet access exceeding 50% and for urban and rural households taken together, while Punjab, Haryana and Uttarakhand exceeded 40%. Unimpressive numbers still. Large states Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka had access below 20%. In today's milieu, net access is critical, considering that even where mobile phones and laptops are available, some states provide them under student welfare programs. They cannot be meaningfully used in its absence. If net connectivity is 5% to 10% in rural Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka and West Bengal, only a slim minority can hope to do any academic work. Many remote locations have reliability problems and power deficits, making it a challenge to keep gadgets operational even offline. Prime Minister Modi has acknowledged the digital divide by announcing in his Independence Day address that all villages would be connected with optical fiber cable in 1000 days. This target reflecting enhanced ambition follows the one set in 2011 to link panchayats through a national optical fiber network, to raise administrative capacities through information infrastructure. Evidently, successive governments have dropped the ball. States have not shown the alas- alacrity to make the big leap either, and the deficit has now dealt a blow students. To make up for lost time, connectivity for education must be prioritized. Mapping the needs of each district based on the NSO data will help identify how areas where children do need equipment and connectivity. Such efforts have been launched globally in the wake of COVID-19. Some in partnership with the telecom sector to leverage its capacity for surveys and mapping. Some companies in India have made the valuable suggestion that their used desktop computers could be refurbished and donated, for which governments need to open a program. On the network technology front, a new gigabyte speed wireless fiber standard is being viewed in developed countries as a leapfrog option to link inaccessible areas. It involves high capacity spectrum, E and V bands, and is commercially not contentious. The government needs to look at all possibilities and go into one overdrive to bridge the digital divide. A necessary pause. Vaccines take time to develop. The first to roll out might not necessarily be the best. The global clamor for a COVID-19 vaccine has whipped up unrealistic expectations that one is just around the corner. It is thus a reality check when biopharma company AstraZeneca, piloting its vaccine candidate AZD1222, there were large phase 3 trials this month, said it was voluntarily putting the multinational trial on hold. This was after a serious adverse event in a volunteer, which a data safety monitoring board will now examine. The company's move was first reported by an independent medical news site, underlining the critical role that independent scrutiny plays in one of the greatest global crises. Without a specific cure, the vaccine quest has become more than just a search along the pathway that research and pharma companies have traditionally taken. There are demands that probable vaccines be put into a pipeline for accelerated approval to yield political dividends too. US President Trump has demanded that a vaccine be available before voting day in November. India had its moment of vaccine controversy when the ICMR had harried trialists to expedite testing of Bharat Biotech's Covaxin by August 15. Russia, which is too comments to its Sputnik V's phase 3 testing, has launched a publicity blitz. Just before reports of the trial paused, AstraZeneca and 8 companies developing vaccines signed a pledge that they would not approach regulatory authorities such as the US FDA until they had safety and efficacy data from a phase 3 trial. Overall, the road to a vaccine has become an arena for marketing and jingoism. AZD1222 has already been tested in phase 1 and phase 2 trials, where the data on its safety and ability to induce a relevant response by the immune system were evaluated and independent. Developed at Oxford, AZD1222 was evolved on an adenovirus platform not used in a commercially approved vaccine in humans. They have, however, been used in an experimental Ebola vaccine. India and world will gain from a vaccine that has been critically and transparently evaluated, and not one that crosses a chimerical finish line first. Realism and the undermarketed border missteps by India, China in the past rather than modern day territorial expansion have resulted in the stalemate. In blockchain voting, leave out the general election. The idea of further digitizing India's electoral infrastructure is problematic and could hinder free and fair polls. Kerala cases rise to new high after Onam drop. Drug case accused helped gold smugglers, claims ED. Elephant succumbs to blast wounds in Kerala. Full-grown Raj elephant found injured at Sholepur in Attapaddi's Agali forest range in Kerala 3 weeks ago died on Wednesday. The tuskless male elephant succumbed to deep wounds and suffered in the mouth and pharynx apparently after chomping on an explosive. Crucial meeting for Jaisankar. JDU looks to Mahadalit votes. Centre asks states to conduct free virus test for migrants. Coming to the world news, US to reduce troops in Iraq to 3,000. Afghan VP Saleh sustains minor injuries in Kabul blast. Norwegian MP nominates Trump for Nobel Peace Prize. UK's new law breaches EU treaty. Inclined to hold early election. Lukashenko. Australian spy agency targeted Chinese scribes. Sri Lankan tea kicks up storm in Lebanon. Kim calls for urgent steps after typhoon ravages east. Coming to the business news, retail auto sales fall 27% in August. Bold action needed to revive economy, says industry. GDP contraction raising flags over lenders' asset quality. BPCL stake sale is event risk too little. Data Fitch. Travel and tourism may lose rupees 5 lakh crores, study says. Coming to the sports news, Carreno Busta out duels Shapovalov. Sai approves Vikas training in USA. Ganguly in Dubai to oversee preparations. Yuvraj to come out of retirement. Australia manages to win final T20I. France reprises WC win over Croatia. That's all. Thank you. Have a nice day.